Listen, every founder, every investor, every leader who's ever been refused knows that sting. That gut punch when someone says no to the big idea, the pitch that could change everything, the shot that feels like the one chance. It's crushing. It's like the world just slammed a door shut in your face. But what if that no wasn't a wall? What if it's not rejection, but the most powerful weapon you have? What if, instead of fearing no, you learn to wield it, to thrive on it, to make it the thing that pushes your mission to places no yes ever could? For too long, no is seen as failure, a full stop. But here's the brutal truth. That same no can be your fiercest tool, your loudest signal, your clearest guide through the chaos of fundraising, investment, leadership, and building. Because no is real. No cuts through the noise, it drains the fluff. It forces you to get sharp, to get honest, and to strip everything down to what actually matters. Think about the last no you got. How did it hit? Maybe you felt invisible, maybe like a pawn tossed aside. Maybe the weight of the rejection crushed your spirit, shook your confidence, made you question your worth, your idea, your vision. You're used to being told to smile and try again, to stay positive, to keep grinding like a machine. But here's the secret no one tells you. Grinding on someone's no doesn't work. Blind persistence isn't success. The system tries to sell you that lie. No is not simply a door that might open if you knock hard enough. Sometimes it's a sharp, brutal signpost pointing you away from the comfortable, the obvious, the crowd. Ignoring it, fighting against it blindly, is pouring energy into a pit, chasing ghosts. But really understanding no means listening. Truly listening, even when it burns inside you, is where the power lives. The founders who can't accept no as a step on the journey are the ones trapped in mediocrity. The leaders who let no suffocate their fire are the ones who never break the mold. And the investors who ignore no are the ones who end up backing dead ideas wrapped in shiny suits. Here's a tough pill. Your yes is meaningless without the no that frames it. Every strong, meaningful, game-changing yes was carved out by hundreds, sometimes thousands of no's. No filters, distills, sharpens. It forces you to clarify your story, to fix what's broken, and to find the people who get it. No reveals where you're just noise, where the world is not ready, or worse, where you've slowly fallen into comfort, disguised as progress. Think about it. How many times did someone say no, and you just doubled down on the same tired pitch, hoping to wear them down? That's desperation. That's a quick path to burnout. But the real game changer is to see no as guidance from the edge. It's the system's way of telling you to stop pretending, to drop illusions, to get raw and real. Too many founders waste months, sometimes years, trying to convince the wrong person, chasing approval from people who are never going to see the fire in them. It's a brutal trap because it's easier to stick with familiar names, familiar faces, familiar safe roads. But no means it's time to go beyond comfort, to break out of the echo chamber, to find the radical few who don't just see your potential, but burn with it. Those rare connections aren't found in polite meetings or crowded panels. They're forged in discomfort, in the crackling tension of friction, in honest conversations that strip away masks. No is the gatekeeper to the network that actually matters, those fierce collaborators, bold investors, and relentless builders who don't want your polished story. They want the fire beneath it. And guess what? You can't have that fire unless you're willing to stare down no without flinching. This isn't about being told no 50 times and grinding anyway like a machine. It's about learning what each no means. Not just not yet or no thanks, but the brutal, honest why behind it, and then using that knowledge to change your whole game. To shift your pitch, your model, your mindset, whatever needs to evolve to break through the noise. Because the reality is, fundraising isn't just about the money. It's about alignment, about finding the investors who don't just want to throw cash, but who share your vision so fiercely that no to others means yes to them. But you can't find that without no clearing the path to them. No is a filter that protects you from wasting time on low-value relationships and pushes you toward the few who truly matter. Take a moment and imagine turning every no into a keystone, not a cornerstone, but a piece that holds the entire structure of your journey together. That bit of feedback, that rejection, that missed opportunity is brutal, sure, but inside it is the blueprint for becoming sharper and stronger. Instead of folding every time you hear no, imagine using it to look harder at your mission, to ask smarter questions, to identify what parts of your pitch don't land and who really should be in your corner. Because the truth is, the rare founders and leaders who make it big aren't necessarily the ones with the smoothest story or the most optimized slide deck. They're the ones who can parse every no, own it without losing themselves, and hack their approach until the right yes explodes through. They practice ruthless patience. They know that the long game isn't about charming everyone. It's about being undeniably compelling to the few who get it. What about you? How many times have no slammed your door in your face? How many times have you ignored it because you thought if you just worked harder, talked louder, you'd prove them wrong? That's the story everyone sells because it sounds heroic. But here's the real heroism: letting no teach you, not break you. Respecting it as the raw truth, the honest mirror held up to your mission. Because the system wants you broken, worn down, begging for permission. But the founders and leaders who learn to see no as freedom are the ones who transform the world. No liberates you from the false comfort of the crowd, from the empty echo of collective approval. It pulls you into your own light, fiercely sovereign, ruthlessly critical, unapologetically different. It's time to stop fearing no. It's time to stop ignoring it. It's time to own it, to wear it like a badge of honor. Every no is proof you're trying, proof that you're crossing the battleground where average dies and exceptional is born. Because where there's no no, there's no real challenge, no real transformation. No is harder than yes. That's why it's powerful. It pushes you past the status quo, shoves you beyond easy lies, and reveals who you really are beneath the polished surface. So next time you hear no, don't shrink, don't plead, don't try to smooth it over. Instead, ask yourself, what does this no really mean? What truth does it hold about the path you're on? Who is it warning you about? Which parts of you, your idea, your pitch, your network are not yet aligned? And how can you flip this rejection into the catalyst for a deeper, fiercer, more focused you? That's the alchemy of fundraising. That's how the rare break through the noise and the system. That's how you find the right allies who don't just say yes, but fight with you like your family. Remember, the world wasn't built by those who never heard no. It's built by those who stared at it and said, "Fine, this isn't the way, but I'll find the way." This is the edge, the place where comfort ends and the real journey begins. Lean into the no. Let it shake you, teach you, push you. Because in the end, the most powerful fundraising tactic isn't pitching harder or smiling wider. It's mastering the no. It's turning rejection into power, isolation into connection, frustration into clarity. That's where the future is born. And that future is waiting for you, right beyond the next no.